all of Russia's biggest leaders. Alrighty, this is for Business 483. We're talking about Brentwood and Zoe today.
I'll say an opening prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and for helping us study. Please help us have in the name of Jesus Christ.
Amen. All right.
Do you have any spirits?
Any spirits? I have many spirits.
Any spiritual things in nature you'd like to discuss, Polly Pocket?
Yes. I was talking to my sister yesterday, and she's kind of deciding whether she wants to go on a mission or if she wants to. Because she says when she prays, she doesn't get an answer what she should do. When it comes to receive revelation, God's not very instructive in helping us figure out what to do in certain decisions. And I think that's because, I think I've talked to you about this before, but I think it's because God has certain checkpoints he wants us to get to, but he's not so concerned with what happens in those checkpoints. I don't think it's super important where you go to school. I think you just got to choose a place, and God's going to bless you to do good if you keep doing his commandments.
See, that's what I'm confused about, though. Because I don't know if you went to that devotional talk. No, you were at the top of this.
Oh.
But he talked about, it's like a couple weeks ago, he talked about how God is in very details of our lives.
I think he is, but at the same time, I think he knows what we're going to choose. And so if he does see us choosing something that he doesn't think, he will intervene. You know what I mean? I think, I don't know. My example would be, I went to the University of Georgia for 2 years because I didn't want to go to Provo. And out there, and then after a while, I'm like, oh, maybe I should go try out a school in Utah. So I transferred to Utah State. And after a semester there, I'm like, I really want to go back to Georgia, but and the answer that I got was God, he's like, Paul, I don't care where you go, you choose, you make a decision. So now I'm here at BYU, Idaho.
Yeah, why did you choose Idaho?
I don't know. I decided that I was back at the University of Georgia after leaving USU, and I kind of realized I'm okay, what's my long-term goals? My long-term goals were I wanted to get married, graduate, have a family, and I want a boat with a bunch of kids. Let's see, but what's it called? So I started thinking about that, and I realized that being in Georgia at this time of my life was not going to be the best way for me to achieve my goals, because there's no girls to date out there, at least not good Mormon girls. I think the temple. They're really pretty girls, but they're not very moralistic. But I came out here instead because I figured I could still get a good education and hopefully meet a Mormon girl too. That'd be kind of nice.
Thanks for sharing that, Polly. Okay, so the first question is, what was our hypothesis? What is their best exit strategy? Paul and I talked about this earlier. We both kind of agreed their best exit was wait a couple years until they're a little bit more established before they actually do an IPO.
Things he brought up, he said that they'd be the smallest public offering, initial public offering in the restaurant industry ever. That's probably not a good sign. I think one of the reasons they really were considering doing initial public offering was because the big conference Okay, there.
Oh, okay. All right. That didn't hurt. So what were you saying?
I think they're feeling kind of pressure because their big competitor, the Noodle Factory or whatnot, also went IPO, and
really successful.
Yeah, and so like, oh, we got to go now too. But I think Noodle Factory had actually been around a little bit longer than they had.
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't remember.
I can't remember either.
But kind of the reason why I personally thought they should wait is because, like, just reading about the risk doing an IPO when they're not is pretty high, and there's no real reason for them to take those risks all of a sudden. Yeah, they need the money, but I still think they can make more. They'll be a lot more profitable in the long run. Because one thing that I read was like, if they do an IPO, it's going to be a lot more short-term minded, because they're going to be focused on reaching numbers and pleasing their others and stuff. So that's not going to be profitable. So by waiting a couple years until things are a lot more solid, they have a lot stronger handle on things, they'll do a lot better.
Well, plus I think one of the things they brought up too that I thought was interesting was they said that they were their biggest reason for wanting to go IPO was so they had one of the benefits of going IPO was they had a constant line of like income to be able to fund their different activities. But he brought up too that like their investor, their line of credit from GE Capital was already super well established, and they didn't think there's going to be any problem with increasing their line of credit either. So I mean, if they already have the finances to keep going, then you have the money they need to keep going. They're already like increasing their profits every year. They said by double digits in the millions of dollars. And they're not that far along either. Like there's no reason to speed it up too quickly. Like they're already on a good path.
Yeah, there's no reason to take that risk.
There'll be more stability in the future too. Because you also have to worry about what's going to happen with the actual stock market. I mean, they had another recession. What year was this happen? I don't know. Not very long ago.
Not very long ago.
Yeah, these restaurants are all over where I'm from, back in Georgia and Texas and all over the south.
Yeah. So that kind of answers
Not even that good.
The second question as well. Kind of, what are the alternatives?
Yeah. I mean, they said that they could either go IPO or they could wait and keep building, or they could get a strategic buyer or a financial buyer. Like one of those ones would be kind of a sponsor type deal, or someone do all the work and kind of sponsor them and whatnot, but they would still maintain control of the company.
So, what is Zoe's worth under each exit option? So that kind of helped us determine our hypothesis. In the long run, we found that they're going to be a lot more profitable by doing the wait and revisit the exit strategy as opposed to everything else we're talking about. Paul mentioned before, right now, like currently their revenue is like $11 million a year, which is pretty good.
Well, the revenue, that's like what's left over. So they would.
Oh, that was I thought that was.
They're making $115 million that year. That was what their projected was.
Oh,
yeah,
that was way off.
Yeah, they made like 80 something or 90 something million dollars, and then they were on track to make 115 million the next year. And so let's see, where did it go? Oh yeah, so it was on Zoe's was on track to finish 2013 having grown its store count, revenues, and adjusted earnings before interest, debt, or before taxes, depreciation, amortization, to $16 million and $11 million respectively. This 13, they were on track to reach $116 million. The money. What else is there? Now, are we on that one? Right. Okay. Let's see. The whole point for Brentwood is a private equity firm. They go in there, invest, make the company successful, and then pay off the company selling, going public, etc. So the whole benefit of them selling right now would be like they get paid now. Hold off, they have to wait a little bit longer, but the payoff can be bigger. There are pros and cons of going IPOs. If they went IPO and it was successful, builds up. If they go IPO and it fails, nobody's gonna come to them to like invest in their company or anything like that again.
And I mean, they did have a successful IPO. Their first and only one, which was Zoomies.
Zoomies.
And it was their only one, but it was really successful. Well, that could play into how successful this Zoe's Kitchen. I keep wanting to call it Zupas.
Zupas.
It's like the same thing, but in the West. Zupas in the West. Anyway, yeah. Let's see what else. What different? Okay, why would anyone sell to a financial buyer instead of an IPO? You kind of discussed all this.
Well, the financial buyer, I think he was saying, was like they still had the benefit of going IPO with somebody else was in control over. That.
Okay. Cool. All right, that's a good discussion.
Yeah, we've been talking about this now, so we're oh, my bag.
Okay, real quick.
Garbage.
Gotta watch.
Is it a TV show or a movie? Are you getting hooked on these TV shows?
No, I never watched them before.
I know. Like, Colton watched TV.
We got
Man.
It's like we were up to like 12 last night.
Really?
Watching 4 episodes.
Bro, that's the thing is like watching TV with Netflix is so great because you can just binge watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to wait a week for the next episode to come out. Hey, come on, load. I ain't got time for your garbage, computer. For the page.
What the heck? Come on.